This is Pastor April Pettis, and I'm so excited to be joining this show, the Juuk Joint. I am excited. God is amazing. And, I got some things that I want to share at the end of our show segment, but I just want to welcome our first-time viewers for the Juuk Joint. Stands for Jesus Using Youth for the Kingdom. And so, we're excited for this segment that we're doing with three powerful women. We are calling it Dream Big. And especially in this season in our lives, we have to understand that God has called us to dream big, to do some things that's passionate, that's creative, that's all about purpose, and I'm excited about it. So I can't do the show alone. So I have some powerful women who are going to share and to encourage you to dream big. So my first guest on the show is a young lady I follow her through social media, and we're friends with some other friends, and I was looking at her style, and I love fashion. For people who know me, I'm always changing my hair, always changing my style, and I was so encouraged to see this young lady go forth in this. And what I love about God is that he's so big, he's so creative, he's so amazing, and we don't just have to stay in just one little box when it comes to kingdom. Kingdom just go past just the everyday Sunday morning worship and maybe giving out a few outreaches through Thanksgiving, but it goes beyond it in your passion, in your personality. And so my first guest is none other than this young lady, Miss Brianna. And I love her name because it's my niece's name, Brianna April Pettis, and your name is Miss Brianna Doris. So welcome to the show.
Thank you, thank you.
I'm so glad to have you. And so, as I just told the viewers that just looking through you from social media, we have friends of friends, in the gospel section, with singing and ministry and different things like that. And I just came across your page, and I was just really encouraged. So, what am I encouraged about? So we're going to get right into that. You are in fashionista. How about that?
Yes.
Let's just call it that. What kind of got you to that passion to wanting to go into fashion? Just let's start even talking with that with you in fashion and everything.
Okay, well, thank you. First, I want to say thank you for inviting me on the show. I think it's amazing. I think it's a dope idea. But to make a super long story short, I originally was going to school for dentistry, completely far away from fashion, and I am a certified dental assistant, but I didn't stay in that field because that was really to make mom and the family be proud of who I was. But then just over time, I just started just to develop this sense of style that was unique to me, and it was just who I was and how I wanted to really express myself. So then over time, people were like, can you help me? And I'm like, okay, cool, I don't care, and so I literally built my clientele based off of myself, as well as, dressing my friends and family. So that's how, basically I got started. Then I went to school, ran into some financial issues, but that didn't stop me because I'm like, I don't really need a degree to be no stylist, okay? But so then I kept going, and I'm here today. Yeah.
It is so amazing when I hear people have that shift in their life. You said you were going for dentistry. You're a dental assistant, and there's nothing wrong with having those career plans. And and one thing I told our college life group is that sometimes you just want to make everybody happy. Let me do the career that Mama said I should do. Daddy said this, but is that your passion? And so it started off something just helping people out, being a personal assistant. Oh, that looked good together, that looked good together. And then it started to blossom.
Yes.
And so with that blossoming, you have found yourself doing personal assistance with fashion with other clients, or how would you define who you are in this fashion industry?
Well, I am a wardrobe stylist. So basically, my aesthetic separates me from different stylists, because it's a gazillion people that's every day signing up to be a wardrobe stylist or whatever. But I really do believe that this is my God-given gift and talent, and I am very, very passionate about it. So it just started from, like I said, from help styling people, as well as then it just went into just okay, a photographer reached out to me, and then I styled from there, styled a couple of models. And then now, like, I have a clientele base to where, like, you know, some people put me on retainer fees, or some people, you know, are just like, well, I have this event coming up, and that's how we work from there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who would you say is your inspiration to, you know, even with fashion? Because you could look at certain people and be like, man, I gravitate, they're like a mentor to me. There's somebody who shaped me in my fashion sense and everything. Who would you say is that person for you?
I would say, I would honestly say that I was in, what grade was I in? Like maybe 7th grade. And my teacher, she was a AKA. She was just like, she was a young teacher. She was my science teacher. And I remember then like saying, like, when I grow up, I'm gonna dress like you, like I'm gonna dress just like you, like, because she like had all the latest pumps, like, you know, I mean, of course, the 7th grade, I really had no idea how much she was paying for them or anything like that, but you know, that I would say that was like what inspired me to, you know, it inspires me today as far as my style and stuff like that.
Wow, just from 7th grade.
Yes.
You think about it, and
Girl,
it just kind of evolved. You know, being in, you know, church, okay? You know, there's a certain style in church. You
Yes.
hear what I'm saying? Especially, you know, us millennials, you know, and I grew up in church all my life. All my life, literally. I mean, you know, I'm a 4th generation pastor, and I've seen it all in church, from church hats to wearing the dollies and the long skirts and the turtlenecks. And how can you say fashion has changed even in the church? And what do you say about like the do's and don'ts in church? Because I think that we can kind of talk about that, do's and don'ts in church, because sometimes you come to church and you look at people and be like, don't do it. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, how far is too far? Because especially when we're doing outreach and ministry, and there's people who have never grew up in the church, probably, you know, maybe got their first instance of Jesus through maybe street ministry or from someone else. You know, maybe they didn't have it, the whole church experience. So let's talk about that. You know, how far is too far when it comes to attire and presenting ourselves before the Lord?
Okay, well, perfect subject and topic. But no, seriously, I've been in church all my life now. I got into a community choir, so that really like opened up the door for me to see just different churches and different, like, you know, denominations, how they dress and carry themselves or whatever. And we were always taught, even in the community choir, like, you know, church appropriate, you know, ministry friendly is what we called it. But, you know, always just a too tight dress or too short, it's just kind of like, okay, come on, girl. Pull it in, and like, you can be super stylish. And I think that was like, even when me first starting out as a stylist, I was like, that was a challenge, because, you know, how you dress outside of church is, you can't come in church like that. And I really didn't want to set myself or box myself in, so to speak, as like a stylist that's from the church scene or anything like that. So like, it was challenging, but I feel like, you know, you can be super fashion forward and still like slay the girls coming into church, like be it a super bomb pump, because a shoe can make anything pull. You know, it can pull it together.
Like
you know,
your shoes today, girl.
Thank you. But you know, shoes can pull it together. That's a good thing. That's a to do. You know, for a look, or like maybe you know, sometimes, you know, you like, okay, I don't want to wear no long skirt like my grandma, but the long skirts are really in, depending on the prints and stuff like that. So some of the don'ts would be, for me, is like, you know, the too short skirts or dresses, the blouses that you can kind of still see through, that's kind of like really for the club or after 5 set. No, we can't have that.
Can't have it.
No.
But you know, I see it often. I see it often, and especially, you know, everybody got this come as you are. Come as you are. And it's not to say that God is not looking at the heart, you know, but man looks at the outward appearance, and there should be a distinction. Wouldn't you agree that we are the salt of the earth? You know, we should have a flavor about, you know, ourselves. That people can be like, man, I like their style. You know, because would you say just even how we dress bring people to want to know Jesus? Would you say that? Or how would you even formulate that?
I would say that. I would say that, from somebody who is not brought up in the church setting, when they come to church, they should see, an example of what they're trying to be like. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can still be, just because we're not a part of the world, we can still be bomb at the same time. I think that, you can definitely look the part, or have the expectation of a person that's not in the church scene, but they can look forward to looking like, somebody that's in church, and ain't gotta be like super tied up or, covered all the time,
But in decency,
but
and order.
Yes, and in order.
We're talking about this because, the Lord has made us all unique in different sizes. Have you ever felt like what the world show, how fashion's supposed to look? And how have you redefined what that looks like? Because clearly, everybody ain't a size 2. Mm-hmm. Everybody ain't a size 0. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Everybody is not 5, 8, 6 feet and different things like that. So how do you redefine what that looks like for somebody who's not a size 2? You know what I'm saying? Building up that confidence for somebody who's like, well, I can't wear that because I'm too big, or I'm too hippie, or I'm too, and it plays a part, especially with us as young ladies, and women in general. So how would you define that, and what does that look like to you? That
looks like me. I have totally redefined how you can dress as a plus size person, as well as, and I don't just box myself in again, I'm catering to the plus size girl, but I was that girl that was chubby. I have not been super huge, but I have been chubby all my life, and I got probably once I started getting into fashion and clothes, it was it clicked. People were even shocked, where did this confidence come from? But I really want that to translate to other people, and people have actually reached out to me and told me that I've helped them, and I mean that's all I'm here to do, at the end of the day. But I tell anybody, because sometimes I have a client that is thin, okay, 00 from Express, but and she has issues, so I have to build her confidence is up as well, and as well as put things that fit her, you know what I'm saying, for her shape, her size, and then I've dealt with plus size women that are plus size, okay, and I have to, they're confident because I'm making them see that there's ways around it. You don't have to dress like a grandma because you're this big, or whatever the case may be. But I definitely I don't push the envelope, because they do make certain companies now, they do make sizes that go from the extra small to a 3X. Well, if it don't look right on me, I mean, I really don't care that it came in my size. But it's all about how you how you do it, how you make it work for you, and if it's flattering or not, But I would say that's how I redefined, because I am not thin. But I make it work for me, and people see that, they feel it, and I also tell my clients too. I'm sorry, I don't talk too much, but your time, I also tell my clients too. You can't let the clothes wear you. You have to wear the clothes. You know what I'm saying? So it's just you can't, if you walk in the room and you oh, is they going, then people are going to look at you and be like, ooh, girl, what she got on, but when you walk in the room and you come in and you own the room and what you have on, people have no other choice to deal, and that's just how my mindset has always been since I started, and I try to give that message to everybody that I meet, be it a client, friend, whatever.
Yes, I mean, you say a lot, which is good, because at the end of the day, you know, it is how you wear the clothes. It's that confidence. You can be having some Christian Louboutins, you know what I'm saying, and got a crazy walk, you know, give it what I'm saying, or, you know, have some type of style going about yourself with your clothes. And I'm so glad that you sharing this, because it's about building that confidence. And I like this segment because I dealt with a lot of confidence issues, you know what I'm saying, and I had the look as far as the size, and I dealt with a lot of confidence issues until I had to say, April Pettis, you gotta love you. You know what I'm saying? And then when you put on the clothes, you said that you slay the room. You know, you got the bomb. People could gravitate to that, and then you don't feel ashamed. Like, ooh, is this too short, or is this too, you know, long, or is this too, you know? And you feel confident. And I think that that's what I'm very grateful of. I'm seeing trends now where people are feeling confident. You know, commercials now that is gravitating to everybody from different shades and different hairstyles and different sizes. And I think that's encouraging.
Yes.
You know, for our generation.
Yes, it is.
You know, we're coming down to the close. I mean, they always give me, I'm glad you a talker, because I'm a talker too. And that always makes it so great. Who would you like to say, we're talking about dream big, where you could say, this is the person, or this is what I want to do as far as styling this particular group of people, or somebody you know, you make a connections with to kind of get into, I guess, mainstream. Are you looking to go mainstream is the question.
You know what? I starting out, you know, my prayer would be, because I do believe, you know, in putting God first, and like, especially at this point in my life, I recognize that I don't want to do anything without him, you know, leading me. Starting out, it was like, God, you know, my prayers were literally like, Lord, if you allow me to, you know, style, you know, an NFL player, or, you know, the wife of a basketball player, or, you know, somebody just like maybe an artist, just allow me to, you know, be able to witness to them. Like, you know, that would just always be my, you know, prayer. But now I'm just kind of like, in finding who I am as a stylist as well as a person, I feel like, you know, I don't really care to, you know, have a mainstream artist. Now, Lord, I ain't saying don't send one. But, you know, honestly, like, if my clientele is like my ideal clientele. Like, I have some people who have really, you know, big budgets, okay? You know, but the client that I am focused on now is the affluent client. So basically that person that may not be like, you know, well known, but like the wife of the top lawyer in Chicago or something like that. You know, those type of clients, don't nobody really know them. They can still pay me like they, you know, an NFL player, but I'm just really at that point. I don't have to, I'm really like, I don't really have to be seen, because a lot of times, like, a lot of people from Chicago who are stylists that I know of, or stylists just in general, they, you know, float around with their client. And I mean, that's cool. You know, I'm not mad at that, but I'm the type of person that it's not about me. So I like to kind of stay in the background. So that would be the client that I, you know, am reaching now. But if I did you know, want to style somebody that's mainstream or big, it would be
No, it's like put you on the spot.
I know.
But you never know. You speak it into the atmosphere. You know, angels cover the side.
I would love, like, okay, I'll do like kind of genres, if you will. So maybe like, if in the gospel scene, maybe like the Walls group, I would love to style them. It's this young lady. She's actually like I said, I reach for the stars, but I like to be around people who are, you know, Christian based, or not necessarily Christian based, but they know the Lord, you know. So this girl, her name is Victoria Monet, and that would be it for me. Good.
Oh, you see, you speaking to you don't know who's watching, and they like, I see that girl with her vision style. In the last couple of minutes, I just want you to just. So what do you see, Brianna? Now, Brianna is just the name. You have a
Brianna is just my name, but my styling name is B. Renee.
Okay, B. Renee. So 5 years from now, B. Renee, what do you see? The vision, as you wear it on your shirt, the dream, as we're talking about dreaming big, what do you see in 5 years for yourself?
In 5 years, I see myself being in a different space of like styling. So, and I feel it already. The change is happening now for me. I love to style people and make people feel confident. But I see myself, doing bigger things as far as like maybe designing. And like, just going into that realm of fashion, designing things for people that are plus size, as well as, your average sizes. But I really do want to get into designing now. A lot of people always like, did you make that, or did you design that? And I'm like, no, I didn't. But maybe I received that. But I'm just kind of like, that's why I see myself having like a solid foundation of like, this is who I am and what I'm known for at that point. So, yeah, in 5 years.
Creativity. Oh, my goodness. I'm excited. I'm excited because, like I said, just from our social media interaction, I was just checking out your style, and I really did think that you made some of your, pieces that you wear and everything. And so if somebody wanted to get a hold of you, you know what I'm saying, I want to go into a nice banquet, go into something, I would love for you to style me. How would they be able to reach you?
So on social media, you could find me at B_Renee247, and then I also have an email that you can book, brenee@gmail.com, and also search me on Facebook at the B Renee Wardrobe Stylist.
Oh my goodness. I'm glad. I am so glad you were here. Dream
Thank
big.
you.
At the end of the day, this is what it's all about. A platform that, you may be going to one, area you think, but God can shift it, your passion, your love, and it's cool to be saved, for real, for real.
Yes.
Thanks for joining me. High five, girl. And we will see you for our next segment. Don't go away.